Hi, guys. Welcome back to Afterglow Alchemy. I'm Michelle. I guess you guys know by now if you even watch. Anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit about something that I want to clear up when it comes to spirituality in practice. So, there's going to be a lot of people who offer crystal healing and chakra readings, tarot readings, oracle pulls, um, sound clearing, all of these different types of spiritual tools, really. And I just want to talk about a little bit about my experience with them and how I use them because I truly feel like we can be gimmicked quite a bit. And I want to discuss, at least start with a location that I had worked at here in Los Angeles or in a city. I don't even want to give the city, I don't want to be specific, but I worked at a um, spa in Los Angeles that was sold as the dream, basically. The photos were absolutely breathtaking. The tile, they had the tiny little like square tile, and it just looked like a bathhouse, with a very modern vibe. And I fell in love with it, and I absolutely love the city it's located in. My husband works in that area, so I could see him, if we could coordinate some. One time he delivered to my spa. It was really cool. So I worked there because it was women owned. They only sold women owned products. And, I've never really been drawn to something so in on that side. I'm very fluid, but I was, why not? What kind of experience could this be? They used a lot with gua sha, and This is actually a tool from that location, and this tool is of utmost quality. This is a Chinese jade. This is the closest thing to real jade you can actually get, and the quality of this tool is fantastic. It is fantastic. I love it. And when we were learning about gua sha in our training, she mentioned that it is, since it is a quality jade, it's not the jade everybody wants, but it is the closest thing you can get. Um, it will neutralize negative energies. And, at that time, I was like, oh, like I'm already involved in spirituality. I'm like, this is great. This is a great thing that I can utilize and talk about and da da da. And honestly, now, 3 years past that, and I guess 38 years into my spiritual journey, but 5 years intentionally, 6 years now intentionally into this, where I'm understanding the progress and the patterns and all the different aspects that go along with it. The only real way that these tools are actually going to work on somebody, if you are paying for a service that includes these tools because you are looking for something that's going to help you heal, the only way these tools are actually going to have a true long lasting effect on you is if you go in and you do the inner work. So as a practitioner, I'm not huge into Reiki, but as a Reiki practitioner, as somebody who has studied hands-on healing, as somebody who has studied Pleiadian light work, as somebody who reads tarot and oracle cards, and I have a whatever, right? We can all tune in. So nobody is um, ineligible from understanding what you can do to guide yourself. But as somebody who really takes in this information, it's my job as a practitioner to reflect back to you the current state of being. So usually when somebody comes to visit me, whether I was doing hair, even as a front desk girl, when I was doing working at a barber shop, people would still talk to me. It's a space where people are being touched, they're being personal, and it's a private space that somebody chose to indulge in. So like a barber shop, right? That's a man's getaway. So when he's there, he is indulging. He's indulging in every aspect of it. He is going to be at home. So even as a front desk person, I was getting the conversations that were deeper than something that I would have probably gotten if I was working selling something at Home Depot, or even working at restaurants where I used to be. It's not the same vibe. So you start to engage with people, but instead, as a practitioner or somebody, as a stylist or as a barber or as an esthetician, you begin to take that stuff home with you. And so you're trying to, you naturally have to be the therapist. That's part of your job that you didn't sign up for. You knew it was coming, but it's heavy and you take it home with you. It's my job to reflect. It's my job to be the mirror. I'm not going to take you home with me. I love you and I care about you, but my energy is sacred and I need to keep it moving. So it's my job in the session to reflect back to you what I'm seeing, discuss patterns, discuss different types of awarenesses that maybe you're not seeing that I can see. This is something that I have began to firmly exist in, because no matter what, I'm going to have a flow of people trying to soothe themselves to me, cry to me, apologize to me. If you're in this work, you know what I'm talking about. So it's my job not to sell you an idea that if I use a gua sha stone on your face, I'm going to neutralize those negative energies. Look, crystals, stones, energy healing in this form does work in slow, regulated, consistent sessions. The power of a crystal is minimal. It is there to help you balance out to its own frequency and help you regulate your nervous system. But if you are not looking at what's dysregulating your nervous system, you are going to go back in flux. It is my job to help you kind of navigate this. It's not my job, but it's what I do. And so when I do a chakra reading, or I'm doing an oracle pull, or we're going even further in, it's going to be more transformative. It's going to be a conversation. It's going to be enlightening. It's not going to just be like, oh my God, girl, he's so bad for you. He's so this. It's not based off of what I'm seeing on the outside. It's like, hey, were you loved completely your whole life? Where are we missing here? What are you seeking? What are we searching for? I have myself so much in my past that I've dealt with, and have the tenacity and the wit in order to move forward in these situations where I have been able to understand difficult text and implement it into my own life in order to move forward through mental health issues and things like that. I have a mom with borderline personality disorder, and I existed in like an enmeshed relationship. And throughout that enmeshed, it's hard to say, enmeshed relationship, I took it upon myself to find ways to heal her, because that is exactly what you do. However, I have a different aspect to me that has led me to some type of a success and is some type of an understanding. And I am here as a provider to implement that into my guest, and not just sell you a stone, and not just sell you a dream, and not just sell you an idea, because that is what it is. These are tools that we use in the physical world to control our subconscious mind in order to dive into our subconscious. If we're not diving into our subconscious and we're not doing the actual work, then we're not going to be able to move forward and change the reality around us. This is a true form of creation and change and transformation. This is not just selling somebody an idea. And that's where I like to be very honest about what I am doing, because I don't want people to think that they're just coming to spend. There's a resort in Tucson where I'm from that will charge you at least $1,000 a night to just sleep in a bed there. I don't even know the last time they remodeled. Tarot card readings, all that stuff. And it's not worth a damn. I got to go get my kitty cat. I think I said enough.